Hi friends, good afternoon. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So we understood about the variables in the last video. In this video, we are going to learn about the scope of variables in the PHP. So before going ahead, please make sure that your XAMPP server is running. Like I have started my Apache in the XAMPP. We will be using XAMPP to run the PHP file, and I have opened the same learn PHP folder which we created in our first video. Inside XAMPP, inside the htdocs, I have created a learn PHP folder where we will keep all our files in this series. So please make sure you are keeping your PHP file inside htdocs in order to run it using XAMPP. So let us start the video. Let us create a new file in order to understand the scope of variables in PHP. So this is lecture third. I will name it as L3 scope dot php. So in PHP, mainly there are two types of scope of variables. Mainly variable can be locally scoped or globally scoped. So local and global, these are the two main scope of the variables. So basically, what is the difference between the two? Local variables are those variables which can be used only inside the functions inside which they are declared. For example, if we declared a variable inside a function, then it can be only used inside that function. We cannot use local variable outside the function in which we are declaring it. And the global variables are those which have the lifetime throughout the program, which it means we can use them anywhere in the program. But in PHP, global variables cannot be directly accessed inside the function. We will see all these scenarios through code. Let us first understand the local variable. Let me create a function. If you don't know, then function is the keyword to create a function in PHP. Let me name it my function. You can name it anything you like. And inside this function, let me create two variables. $x, which will be having value 1, $y having value 2. What we will be doing, we will be simply printing these variables inside this function. Echo $x, and we can pass multiple parameter to echo separated by comma. I am using a br tag so that they gets printed in the next line. After that, $y, then again a br tag. Let us call the function to check whether it is working properly or not. Let us run the file using XAMPP. Like first.php. Our file name is L3 scope. So you can see it is printing 1 and 2. These are the local variables that we defined inside this function. But if you try to access this variable outside this function, then it will throw an error. Let me show it. error or warning. It is showing undefined variable $x because the variables that we defined here are inside my function, and they can be used only inside this function since they are local variables. So if we try to access it outside, then it will give an error. So these are called local variables. Here x and y are local variables. Now let us understand the global variable. uh, for global variable we have to define it outside function. Let me create two variable, p and q. P equals to 10, $q equals to 11. Global variables are those variables which are accessed throughout the program. But in PHP there is a twist. Like if you try to access this variable directly inside this function, then it will give a warning or an error. Like let me access this $p variable inside the function. These p and q are global because they are declared outside the functions. Let us try to directly access this global variable and see what will happen. Again it is saying undefined variable $p because in PHP we cannot directly access the global variable inside the function. We have to first define that these p variables are global using a keyword global. Or we can, what we can do is we can use $_globals. Let us first try using keyword. Let me check for the exact syntax. I kept it here. I am keeping it $p. I have given x by mistake. So let us now check. Now this warning should go. Now it is printing 10 for p. So because we have told the PHP compiler that these p and q are global variables, and there is another one way to access the global variables inside the functions. Second way is to use $_globals variable. $globals variable, and then we can pass the name. For example, p. This time let's try to access q. It should print 11. 11. You can see that now it is accessible. So this is the main difference between the local and global variables. Mainly local variables are can be used only inside the function, and the global variables are used anywhere, but they cannot be directly used inside the function. We have to use global. We have to define them using global, and or we can use $globals variables and then the name of the variable to access the global variables inside the function in PHP. So this was all about the local and global variables and scope of variables in PHP. If you find the video useful, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. So I hope now difference is clear.